Hey guys, Rome here with another roll and rant. Sorry, excuse me. Today I just wanted to kind of go over starting off slow in your rolls. I mean, starting off slowly, it's not a good habit to have, man. And I'm not saying start off at 100% as I just did the stop rolling at 100% video, but there is something to giving up position at the beginning of your roll that is not productive as far as when I'm trying to wear somebody out. I'm not putting myself, unless that's what you're drilling. Like if you're drilling being in a bad space and you're trying to get out of a bad space, that's cool. But when you lead into your purple belt, if you give somebody that leeway, you're dead. If you can't just give a high level purple belt or a brown belt that type of head start. It's going to turn the roll into hell for you. So you're better off at least using some energy to get yourself into the best position possible at the beginning of the roll. And of course, that's not possible for every roll. I know people are going to be in the comments, having their own opinion, but and that's fine. It is what it is. Everybody has their own opinion when it comes to these things. But I just feel like starting off slow and, having to always work your way up to aggression is something that you can take with you into competition as well if you're a competitor. Now, if you're a hobbyist, it's on you how high and how hard you want to roll with your opponents. And, if you want every match to be a death match, that's on you. But I ain't trying to get injured, fam. So I think it's one of those things that we develop as a bad habit. And as a white belt going into blue belt, when you get the basics down, I feel like the adrenaline starts to wear off from your white belt days and you kind of know what to expect. So we get into a sense of security, I think, in a way. And from a self-defense standpoint, I think it can become dangerous to get into that mindset. In your blue belt, you a lot of people, at least I find, sort of get into a situation where they start wanting to develop their bottom game. And this is where, pulling guard starts to become habit because everybody wants to get good on the bottom. And there's nothing wrong with being there. It's just, I feel like self-defense wise, it's never a good idea to be on the bottom. Now, hear me out when I say this. I love sweeping people. And there's nothing more powerful than the feeling of going from the bottom to the top. But that should be your main priority, in my opinion. Those are some of my thoughts on starting slow, and it just is what it is, man. I like to turn it up. Sometimes I start slow and try to see where the person's at, and I'll turn it up, you know what I mean, and get them going. And if I feel like the pace is not fast enough, sometimes I'll try to out-tempo somebody if I feel like they're tired. So, there's a time and a place for everything. But, you just kind of got to ask yourself, what kind of habits do you want to build, and the type of jiu-jitsu professional practitioner that you want to be. And before the comment section goes crazy for all the bottom players, I'm not trying to take anything away from being on the bottom, but it's just not a place that I want to be. If I'm on the bottom, I want to sweep to the top, and I'm not trying to submit anybody from the bottom, trying to do any kind of fancy triangles and stuff like that. That's the last thing I'm actually trying to do. If this was a real situation, I'm actually trying to sweep up to the top or compromise my opponent's balance so that I can get the fuck out of there. I'm not trying to play these submit games because that's how you get your head bounced off the concrete in real life. I don't want to develop habits that are going to be counterproductive when my life is on the line. And I don't want to have to figure that problem out when it really counts. So I'd rather drill for a life-saving situation and put the sport side to the side, or make it secondary at least. That being said, your jiu-jitsu also has to be a lot better from the bottom because you're dealing with somebody else's body weight. And you're also between the floor and somebody else. So when you're talking about a war of attrition, it's not a good place to be in. Now, starting off your rolls really, slowly, it's not good because at the end of the day, you're going to have to come back from a bad place. You're going to have to come back from a place of, somebody's probably past your guard, they've passed your hip line, they might have you in side control, and it just turns the roll into, it just makes the whole entire roll a whole fucking lot harder, in my opinion. And there's no reason for that to happen. If that was real life, you'd definitely be in a rough spot. So why would I want to make that my habit? You know what I mean? Kind of reminds me of that saying, the best way to prevent a bad position is to not let it happen in the first place. Let me know what your guys' experience is with, starting slow, because I'm sure we've all been there, and not everybody's on 100 every single day. So let me know what your experiences are in the comment section. I can't wait to hear from you. Anyways, that's my rant for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on another one, man.